Let's see here. Hopefully I'm live in the right group. Oh my god. So many groups, so much fun stuff all the time. Let's see here. Whimsy Dreams Clipart. Yay! I made it. Hello, fairy friends. It's Sandra here from whimsydreamsclipart.com and wollifier.com. And in this live, I am going to give you some hints on what's up for tomorrow, the Magic Monday product drop, which is at 9 p.m. EET or 2 p.m. EST. So be sure though that you are on the newsletter. In that way, you never miss, the product drops because I shared a direct link to the product. So it's so hard to find it, on the sites. So therefore, I'm doing it like this. And you're also, sure that you are not missing anything. So be sure to sign up for the newsletter. You find a link. I don't know if it's up or down, but somewhere close to my video here. Hopefully I will see your comments. I have some issues with the comments from time to time, but lately it has worked fine. But anyway, I will start up my phone now and see if people shim in. I know it's, before I go full force with my little story that I have prepared here. So let's see here. Just to be sure that I don't miss any of your comments. It's so boring, having lives and, missing all the. Oh my lord. Here I am. Let's see here. I don't want. You always get prompts on your phone nowadays to, share it on your TV or something. And if I push this button, all my kids upstairs will watch my live. That is horrible. So let's see here that I don't do anything stupid like that. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm too old for this, but I don't know. Grandma on the internet. But anyway, anywho, I'm so happy that you are here. And if you're new to Whimsy Dreams Clipart, I just wanted to say welcome. I know many of you have joined this week. I had a great influx, in newsletter friends. So I'm so happy for that. And because of that, I just wanted to share, some background story to Whimsy Dreams Clipart because it's Whimsy Dreams is all about the magic in life and the divine nature, fairy tales, and all that magic stuff that makes life more fun. That gives some sparkles, and makes you a little escape from everyday life. So all the clip art, not all of them of course, but most of them are of course hand drawn, but they have a story behind them. And mostly it is from fairy tales. I love the Grimm brothers fairy tales, so I have had a little streak with just Grimm stories, but of course there will be other authors as well, and other from other countries and other places in the world as well. So no worries there. And I share lots of things on my new Instagram account as well. So be sure to go, and if you are, having an Instagram account and love Instagram, be sure to follow me there as well. I share lots of sneak peeks, or I try to share as much as I can on my Instagram stories because I'm an Instagram story junkie. So you find lots of information there. And I also started up Instagram TV or IGTV as well. So I will be sharing some behind the scenes and stories and stuff like that as well there. But of course, my lives will always be here on Facebook and in the group as well. And if you love fairy tales and you are, fairy tale junkie as me, and you love magical creatures, fairies, unicorns, wicked witches, all that fun stuff, be sure to join the community as well, where we share, um, enchanting pictures, recipes, or just, magical stuff that we find in our everyday life to make life more magical. So, lots of magical in one sentence, but it's all about that. So, just be prepared. And sometimes I also share some deeper stories about the packs as well in the community, and some pictures, I often get inspired by illustrations that I see in old books or vintage books and stuff. Yes, so you know. So welcome here, everyone that's new. So, yeah. Anyway, every Monday I have a Magic Monday product drop, and I try to share hints and sneak peeks and stuff during the week as I progress with the sets. And tomorrow is the big day again. And this week I have been working lots with custom works and stuff like that, so I haven't had time to share as much as I wanted to. And therefore I wanted to share even more hints and stuff here on this live for you. So I will bring you, maybe seen in the, if you saw it in the Facebook, heads up, it's live in 30 minutes, you saw something like this showing up. And this is a big hint, because the upcoming set tomorrow is all about love locks and love. Maria. This is Maria Panker's little... I got it as a gift in my last order from her, and it's a lavender, so I just keep it around because it keeps me calm. I love it. But it's about love and love locks. So, and this set started when I read the Rapunzel fairy tale story. It's written by the Grimm brothers again. I'm sorry for the Grimm having taken place over 3 packs now, but as I said, relax if you're not a Grimm fan. There will be others, other fairy tales as well, of course, or other stories. So no worries there. But I just read the Rapunzel story, and I really got, my creative sparks going with this story. It was some time ago when I read it last time. And for those of you that never have read Rapunzel, I just wanted to give you a little short version of it, because there are lots of versions of Grimm stories or fairy tales. The original ones are often the one that I recommend for adults, because they are not censored in the same way as Grimm stories that was published in 1857 and later on. The original one was, let me see here so I don't say something that is not correct, but it was published in 1812. So I would suggest that you read the original one, because it's more spice to it. Let's put it like this. But I will give a short review that is somewhere in between. So not totally adult here, but I say as a warning that the original one is adult. So just so you know, don't read it for the kids. This is not for the kids, okay? As the Grimm stories often are the original ones. But there was a wife and a husband that really wanted a child. This is often a very, common ingredients in classic fairy tales, of course. But they really wanted a child, and I'm just thinking here if I should should I go with the original or a little semi-censored one, then 1857? I go with 1857. So I don't get, something happening to me here on Facebook Live, if I say some terrible words. Oh, anyway, because I will also um, upload this to YouTube. So let's keep it 1877 version of it. But I really wanted a child, and the wife had windows overlooking a beautiful garden that was filled with stunning flowers and everything. But this garden was a wicked witch garden, so no one could ever enter it, as usual in the stories. And she saw this, let me see here, I wrote it just to get it right here in English. Rampion flower. It's a wildflower that you can eat. And she got like obsessed with this wildflower, and she wanted to eat it, And she became sick of her longing for that rampion flower. I just have to check here. But it's also called Rapunzel, I know. So let's keep it to Rapunzel maybe, because I remember that word. But anyway, she got sick of her need for that flower. She really craved it. And at that time when this story was written, it was considered bad luck if you didn't provide your pregnant woman, because I think she was pregnant because she had these cravings. In the original story she was, but in the 1877 version there was no information about that. But she really, really craved it, and she became sick because she wanted it so much. So she said to her husband, you have to go into the garden and give me those Rapunzel flowers now, because I want to eat it in my, I really want it. So he caved in and he entered the garden, and he took some Rapunzel and brought it to her wife, and she was so happy and she ate it. But she got addicted to this Rapunzel flower, and she wanted more and more and more. So every night he sneaked into the garden to provide her with her Rapunzel herb, or yeah, I don't know what you call it, but Rapunzel thing. Anyway, and later that year, or she gave. Oh no, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Late one night, when he sneaked into the garden to snatch more of those Rapunzel, the wicked witch appeared, and he was, caught. And the wicked witch said, why are you entering my garden? This is forbidden. You will pay the price. And he said, oh, forgive me. My wife is pregnant, or she really craved this Rapunzel flower, so I had to go. And she said, I understand. But then you can bring as much as you want if you give me the child that is, soon to be born. And he said, oh, of course, and I will care. And the wicked witch said, I will care for the little one as a mother, and she will have everything she wants in life. And the wife gave birth to a girl, and as promised, they brought the baby to the wicked witch. And the wicked witch cared for her, and when she was 12 years old, she built like a tower for her with no doors and no nothing. You cannot enter this tower. The only thing she had was a window with bars, But she had this beautiful, like, golden hair. So when the wicked witch went down, below the tower, she said, oh, Rapunzel, lose your braids, or lose your hair, or anything. Yeah, like that. let down your hair. Sorry, lose your hair. No, that's not a good thing. Let down your hair, Rapunzel. And then the Wicked Witch, climbed up and everything. And one day, of course, there was this prince riding in the woods, and he heard Rapunzel's song, and the song was very enchanting, and he wanted to learn more about her, and he came back, time after time to listen to her magical voice. And one day he saw when the witch came, and what she said to, and that she climbed up her hair. And one night, when he decided to try it himself, so he went to the tower and said, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. And he climbed up, and they fell in love, like in the fairy tales, of course. And in the earlier version of this, they had some some love moments. So she got pregnant, and the Wicked Witch noticed her pregnancy, and then she realized, oh my lord, there's a man here that has entered the Forbidden Tower and Forbidden Garden, forbidden everything. So she got very, very upset. So she cut her braids off in anger, and she said, "You go and live in the woods. You, this, I will not care for you anymore." So, pregnant as she was banned to live in the wastelands with her twins. So she lived in total misery. And the prince, he came back to the tower. They had, this idea that they could save Rapunzel if he brought, a silk string every time he entered, visited her, and everything like that. So he came with her silk string, and he called for her, and the Wicked Witch, fastened, the reeds in the bars, and he climbed up, and he met this Wicked Witch in the tower and got very, very upset. And the Wicked Witch said, "You will never meet her again." And he jumped off this tower, and he survived, but he stung his eyes on a thorn. So he lost his sight, and he was, rounding about the woods for years with his, blind, and he was miserable, and just, talking about his princess and everything. And one day he walked into this wasteland, and he heard her voice. She was singing again, and he could localize her, and she embraced him and was so happy, and the tears fell from her eyes, into his eyes in some magical fertile way. And then he got his eyesight back again, and they lived happily ever after in his kingdom, because they could return with his when he had his eyesight and everything, and they lived happily ever after. So this was the story about Rapunzel. So I read this, and I got so inspired, by love, because it's time now for us to create Valentine products and stuff like that, to get them up in the shop. So I was thinking about, Valentine, Rapunzel, this is a really love story, And then I realized that symbolism for this story is very, very much love, and very, it's strong, as it is in fairy tales. So, let's see. It's the Adam and Eve theme, of course, with the parents, the forbidden fruit and everything, and it's about the desire in women, and the uncontrolled desire in women, which was a big thing then. They had this thought about women, that they were hysterical, and they couldn't, a woman that couldn't restrain her desires was a bad woman, and you know how it was. thank God that is then. But anyway, in the fairy tale world, this was, you know, a reflection of that. So the Adam and Eve theme are there, and it's much, you know, love, desire, and she got pregnant, and you know, she lost her control. We don't know if she was married, if they were married. I think they were in the original version up in the tower, but I'm not really sure there. But anyway, they she couldn't restrain her desires for him, and her parents couldn't restrain her desire for Rapunzel, a wildflower, and you know, the prince couldn't restrain his desire for Rapunzel. So everything is about desire, and you know, that they couldn't keep it civilized, so to speak, that the love was so strong, or the desire was so strong, the greed for the flower, or the greed for the flower and the love was so strong that every social rule was, you know, broken. So everyone in this story was punished for their love, or their that they couldn't keep their fingers where it should be, so to speak. So it's lots about love. It's when, you know, the feeling of love is so strong that everything else is, or the desire, maybe more the desire, but also the love, you know, is too strong that you cannot control your actions and you get into trouble. So it's, you know, very perfect for Valentine's. So the cure for them was just to realize that it was, that they shouldn't do it again. And you know, the tears fell from her eyes, and he was healed by her, you know, total love and devotion, and she just let go, and stuff like that, you know. So it's a combination of everything of a love fairy tale. It's the Madam in Distress, it's the prince riding on their horse in the woods, it is the wicked witch, or you know, evil stepmom combination there, and also, you know, some kind of child that is abducted or given away in some strange way. So it's everything for the perfect love fairy tale is. So and then I thought, oh, what should I, you know, draw for this theme, so it doesn't get, you know, all cheesy, you know, we don't like cheesy stuff here. Whimsy Dreams Clipart. So I just felt so strongly for love locks. So it's my symbol of this. It's you know, it's the eternal love, and she was trapped in this tower, and she was trapped in her love and desire and everything, and it was eternal. You know, they strive to find each other for their whole life, and when they finally found each other, they you know, everything fell into the right spot, and he got his eyesight back, and she, you know, got the kingdom and everything, and didn't have to live out in the wastelands with her two twins. So I just thought love locks was what I was supposed to illustrate for this. So I hope you really love this set, because I was a little bit terrified by drawing objects like this, you know, keys and padlocks and stuff, because it's something new for me. But when I started drawing, I was just listening to, as I often do, audiobooks and such, and it just poured out of my heart when I thought about this story. And you know, all these, let me show you, all these intricate, I hope you don't see my messy nail polish here, but I'm an artist, so keep that in mind. But you see all this intricate Art Nouveau, floral, vintage stuff is it's right up my alley. You can see it, right? And it's right up our alley, isn't it? So it came out so beautiful. So I really, really hope that you enjoy this. And the last pack was Enchanted Birds, and it was all about the birds in Hansel and Gretel's story, and it was dark, you know, this dark side of the fairy tale world, because everything is dark or light, and this pack will be a light one, you know, a very you will see it. You understand when you see when I present it. You know, I have divided up the shop into this moody dark and into this bright light, which is love, the divine nature, and eternal. Yeah, you know, motherhood love and love overall love. You know the fairy tale love, and the moody one is the dark side of the fairy tale world, which is the wicked witch, the, you know, murky woods, you know, the old cabins and stuff like that. So I really hope you enjoy this one. I will be working on the previews today, and hopefully I will be sharing some sneak peeks on the Facebook and Instagram as well tonight. So go and check out Instagram and Facebook for some even more sneak peeks, you know. I will blur them though, because I don't want to show you too much, because then it's not fun when I release it tomorrow. But yeah, if you have any questions how to use, you know, the Enchanted Birds, the pack for this week, please let me know. You can always send me a comment or ask here on Instagram or in Facebook, of course, or send me an email. I'm here to help you. I also added, I will drop a link to that in the comments. It's a YouTube video about how you can change the color of your digital stamps, which is something that I think is so fun with digital stamp. You can, you know, you can make them, you know, blue or green or purple, or, and it's not hard. If you use Canva, I will also drop a link to Canva below here, so you can use that software or app for doing this. I'm an affiliate though, so you know. But I, you know, really, really love Canva from the bottom of my heart. I create all my social media content with Canva, and I also love to share some easier ways to create crafts. So you don't have to have, you know, Photoshop or, you know, software that is very hard. You know, the learning curve is quite, you know, huge. That's why I love Canva so much, because it's so easy to get started and you can do so much with it. And there's a free version, but I really recommend the pro version if you love, you know, using the free version, because there are so many things that are added to the pro version. So just so you know, but start out with the free version just to see if you like it or not. And if you find that it's fun, I recommend that you upgrade, because then you can get more pictures and more you know, more elements and more everything, and you have you know, this background remover, which I will show in a video, next video, how you can create your own Clipart stamps and just import them into Canva and you know, do magical stuff with them. So you can also create your own in Canva, and that is a fun, you know, craft you can do. And so looking forward to doing that. But if you want to learn how to change the color of your stamps, please check out that video, because, you know, it's super easy and fun. fun. So I did that with also the Halloween card design that I made a tutorial also. I changed the color of the stamp in that one too. So you can check out the Halloween card tutorial as well if you find this fun. So anyway, if you have any questions, if you want to need any help with anything, or if you need suggestions on what kinds of graphics you might need for a certain design types or products or anything, just let me know. And of course, you can also book your own custom designs with me. I create custom designs as well if you have products and want to stay unique, that not everyone has the same graphics as well. So just send me a PM if that's the case. So anyway, it was so fun here to talking about Rapunzel and the love locks. And if you don't know what love locks is when you use a padlock and you often mount it to a bridge, and you write your name and your loved one's name, and it's a symbol for eternal love. So anyway, if you didn't know, sorry, it's common here in Europe to do this on bridges, the water flowing below the bridge, and everything. It's super romantic. So okay, but anyway, see you soon. Love you, fairy friends. Bye bye.